minute. Where my girls at? It's going down. Where my girls at? Oh my God, a better me in 2023. A better me in 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes, we are so excited. Can you guys believe it? It is 2023 already. And the girlfriends are back together. The force of friendship is coming to you. I just loved our new advertisement about we got issues. We at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation got issues together with the force of friendship. So we're excited to be here with you today. We're excited to bring in the new year. We're excited to bring back together with you. It's Gloria, it's Sabrina, it's Caterina, it's Crisette, and we're excited to be here with you with a guest. Today we're going to be talking about what? TikTok. Oh my God, we are going to talk about TikTok, the good thing. I'm trying to understand and try to get better at it. Oh my God, people calling in from everywhere. We're so excited to have you here. You guys, if you get a question on your mind, you want a better understanding about what's going on, you're going to call us at 313-778-7600 because what? We got issues. There's a lot going on in the world. I'm going to start with the sad note. You guys know I love football. You know I love football. Love me some football. And my heart was so stolen from me last night when Damar Hamlin was hit with that cardiac arrest on the field in front of everybody. And everybody was waiting to see what was going to happen. And I keep checking the news every single second to get more information. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if you guys have seen anything, but I haven't seen anything more than what they said last night. And so I know that the family's probably keeping everything close to its heart. But when I tell you this has shaken the world in a lot of different ways, just coming off the World Cup, a lot of people understand about football in America. We understand about sports. Women are getting all into it. It's just amazing. And I heard one quote that I thought was really powerful. He said, these men work their entire lives to live out their dream. They understand the risk, but they are living out their dream. He was on the field doing what he dreamed about the most. And I was thinking about the fact that he didn't think about this since high school. He thought about this since a little boy. So I just know that prayers are going out. And then to hear all the community work that he has done way before he got into the NFL was just so riveting. And then to see his GoFundMe go from what, 2,000 or 3,000 to $3 million overnight, you guys, just amazing. So, I mean, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to get to. So what's going out there, way out there, our girl, Caterina Harris, Earl out there on the West Coast. What's going on, Caterina? Are you dry? Caterina? Are you dry? What's that?
I mean, can you believe that water and the water you see, if you've seen it on CNN, I mean, that's like an hour for me. I've never seen that in my life. But I'm telling you, Gloria, I went to bed last night praying and I woke up at probably 4:30 this morning, normally where I'd get up and then, go back to sleep. I mean, I was just praying for him and I had to turn on the news, just praying. And I was glad to pick up my phone and not have, a bad news. And so the news is he survived, and I mean, that's the news. And it's just, we could go on and on about it. I know that's a whole show, but praise God for the best care on the field and for the defibrillator being there. I was on a plane recently and they had to use it on a woman on the plane. And so honestly, one of the things I did today is I Googled CPR class because I thought, you know what, seriously, why don't I know CPR? I have my mama, my husband, they both older than me. I need to know CPR. So I think I really am inspired to take a CPR class. If I could save someone's life and if someone could save mine, wow.
Right.
It was a real sad situation, but grateful that he was able to be saved.
Yeah, he topped all the news everywhere. I was like you, Caterina. I woke up early, but I didn't want to look at my phone. And I couldn't help but look at my phone. I didn't want to look at my phone. I couldn't help but look at my phone. And then Sabrina, I'm going to bring you in because you're very close to this situation. You're closer than most to this situation. So I want you to talk about your nephew. Was it?
Cousin, my little cousin.
My cousin, your little cousin. Yeah. I mean, 2007, so close to the situation. It brought us so home.
2017.
2017. I don't know what I said. 2017 is what I meant to say. Yes. Tell us a little bit about that and how this affected you as well.
Well, it was just to live. You girlfriends know that lost a little cousin, 19 years old. Um, this on the football field. Cardiac arrest. Sophomore at college. That was his dream to college ball. And he complained to the coach, and they said, "Go to the sideline and catch your breath." But there was not a defibrillator on the sideline. They did not get to him to resuscitate him quickly. They did not have the necessary tools. So grateful that for Hamlin, they had what they needed to get to him quickly. And all of the doctors and all of the medical staff, everybody who says about my cousin's case, if only they would have had something there quickly, could have saved his life. And so it's sad to stir up all those emotions. It's just so sad.
Right.
And we don't know anything, you guys, because the thing is, when oxygen doesn't get to that brain, we don't know Hamlin's. I'm so glad that they got to him quickly, but we don't know what when he comes out, what state he'll be in. And so huge prayers. We're praying for miracles for sure. But for my family, it's sad it took something like this for the world to see what happens on that football field.
Right.
What cardiac arrest can do to so many athletes. And so it's just heart-wrenching, My little cousin, his mother is my first cousin, Michelle.
That's
and
what it
for
was.
5 years, yeah, she's just, it's just been a devastating death, You sent your baby to college to play ball. We're all excited, and it dies on the practice field. So they have a foundation where they donate these machines to parks and high schools that don't have them. And
still don't have them. Still don't have them.
Such a necessary need for them. So a lot going on, but my heart certainly aches for that family and believe he's going to be okay.
Right. Exactly. And these times that we go through, those times like that, it brings back to light how much we have to continue to work. And I remember when Michelle was on the show, and she let us know how much work was left to be done. So it takes another experience like this to bring it to light again, because we get so buried with so many things, so many other activities that hit us every moment. So it really has hit us a lot. And so, and this is like, y'all, this is the third of the year. And still a lot is going on. Just so much is going on all the time. So I'm really glad that people leaned in and made such a difference for him, and that Michelle makes such a difference and keeps things going forward, because it's so important, because there's so many kids that get touched, so many people. I'm so glad they stopped the game, that they didn't try to go on. You saw the faces of those people there. They call them brothers on the field, and they were brothers on the field, and you could see their hearts and their prayers. It was so nice to see them as such strong role models, leaning into the Lord right at the time when they needed to do so. So there was a lot of stuff that went on yesterday. A lot of
and
stuff.
Gloria, the fans that went to the hospital and had a vigil. I mean, that really touched me, because it is bigger than a game. I mean, I know that you love football, not just because of the sport itself, although it is an awesome, amazing sport, but I know you love it for what it represents, and the work and the winning and all of that. And I was really touched by that, and to see how even the Fifth Third Bank in the city turned it from, their team's color. So that was important. The country, because today was a hot mess. We don't have time to go into what's going on Congress, but they would take they would take a good note to look at how the football team came together last night. I wish our very own Congress could do that same thing, because that was a mess on the floor, and it still is. They just adjourned.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Caterina. We don't have time to go into it, but you're absolutely right. There's a lesson to be learned right there, right in front of our face, lesson to be learned. But until we get to that time, we're going to bring in our guest, and we're so excited to have Keenya Kelly there with us today. So bring her in, Dorothy, because we are ready to talk about some dang on TikTok.
Woo!
This
My
is
favorite.
so exciting, Keenya. We're so excited to have you here. Y'all, let me just tell you this story. Okay, she and I connected over social media. and she's going to tell the story more better than I can tell the story. But when I tell you, I have leaned into her every which way. I love her energy. I love her storytelling ability. I love the fact that she is bold about the journey that she has been on. I love the fact that she tells people why TikTok is so important. She educates you at every single twist and turn. I even love the way she dances at weddings, y'all. She shows it all. She just been getting it on the wedding. I was like, girl, you just go ahead. And you know, sometimes it's just coming from the story that we were just talking about. We need so much joy in the world. Sometimes we forget how many times people need to put their head back and laugh just because you're living out loud. But then, let me just tell you the kicker here. This is the kicker. I just found this out like 15 minutes ago, and I'm about done right now. She took the entire month of December off. As an entrepreneur, she took the entire month of December. So we were going to talk about TikTok, but now we're going to talk about how you take off a month. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to change. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about her accolades. Okay, as an accomplished business executive, teacher, and inspirational speaker, Keenya Kelly found her voice by writing and speaking about understanding your God-given purpose and living up to your fullest potential. She captures her audience by conveying powerful lessons of overcoming fear, self-doubt, and divorce to creating successful six-figure businesses utilizing her gifts and corporate background. Let me tell you something. When we hear the word divorce, we think about the fact that we're going to have this seminar on February 2nd about real relationships. And Keenya, you have really gone into depth on TikTok about your situation. So I'm so glad that we can have this conversation because we know a lot of people want to navigate through that. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. I'll let you know about that. Keenya is the CEO of If You Brand It, a video marketing and consulting firm in San Diego, California, where she strategically helps business owners build their brands through video and TikTok marketing. She built her business online and on camera, which is why it is easy for her to help her clients, because she's going to talk about her courses, and we're going to do a good job putting it out there. Build their businesses of their dreams while having fun, minimizing stress and burnout. In just 2 short years, Keenya has grown an audience on TikTok to over 490,000 followers. Now, my post said I have 4,919.
And I got 4.
I have 1,000. Just shy, 439,000.
So when I tell you we're going to talk about this, Earned over $1 million in revenue after 2 years. And has helped thousands of business owners do the same, but faster. If you're looking for a strategic marketing brain to teach your team or to speak at your conference, Keenya should be your #1 choice. I want to ask you to brag about yourself. Tell them about yourself. We're going to go to break in a minute, so we might just be able to say hello for a second, and then we're going to go to break, and then we're going to come back and find out all about you. Coming in here from San Diego, California.
Yes. Hi, ladies. How are you guys doing today? I'm so excited to be here. Yeah. I can go on and on and on about TikTok, so I'll let you guys go to break, and then we'll go into all the things, but I'm very excited to be here.
Okay. We're going to go to break and come back. But before we go to break, just let me tell everybody to please mark your calendar for February 2nd, when we're going to work with 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. And we're so excited that they asked us to come together to provide for you some input after 100 years of marriage. The 4 of us have pulled together. And so at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on February 2nd, we're going to pull together for real relationships and have a good talk. For sure. We're going to come right back after this commercial because it's going to get juicy in just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We are back to learn about dang gone TikTok from the expert herself. I have some statistics and some numbers here, but before we do that, we want you to come on in and brag about yourself. Tell them about your journey. Tell them about why and how you ended up in this place. Tell them about the synchronicities that happened that put you on such a platform that you would just blow up like this, Keenya.
Yeah, for sure. So before TikTok, I've always been an entrepreneur. Like I got my start back in like 2002. I was in network marketing in a company called Prepaid Legal Services for many years. Then I was a part of Total Life Changes. And so I've always been the entrepreneurial spirit. And so like when I launched my business, it was a brand consulting business back in 2015. And, you know, I'm someone like, once you learn that people are making a significant amount of money, it's hard to stay on a job when you realize the potential. And so I ended up launching a branding consulting business back in 2015 when I lived in Houston, and we got the business to 6 figures. But when COVID hit, like I'm somebody who prays, I'm a big time Jesus girl. And at the beginning of 2020, you know, I was praying and I was like, okay, God, something's happening. What am I going to do? I need strategies for my business. And I heard him tell me to get onto TikTok. Now, nobody I knew was talking about TikTok. I just knew that it was a dancing app back in 2018 from my friend Shalene Johnson. And so I said, I do not know what in the world is going on. So I spent all of 2020 while everybody was fighting online about COVID, this, ALM, BLM, all of that. I was in my office like, how do I use this button? And every day I was trying to figure out how to create content. And at first I was talking about business and nobody was listening to me, but I'm somebody I'm consistent. And I said, I'm going to give this thing 6 months and I'm going to be consistent every single day. Well, by 6 months, I was going viral all the time. I was making money in my business. And at the end of 2020, God was just like, let's stop doing what you're doing with brand consulting and let's focus on video marketing and TikTok marketing. And so when I did that in 2020, everything just exploded because I know business, I know systems and funnels and marketing. And TikTok just happened to be the platform that I started teaching. And it's been quite the journey the last 2 and a half years on TikTok.
Okay, let's go back to your friend Shalene Johnson, okay? My friend Shalene Johnson. Let's just go there for a second, okay? Talk a little bit about that relationship and how that relationship with them and how that whole thing helped you catapult. You ended up in California. Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Shalene and I, we actually met back in like 2016. A friend of mine, Nicole Walters, came in contact with her. And I was like, well, what product should I purchase from Shalene? And she said, Marketing Impact Academy. So I became a student of Shalene's and I did the work. And they sent an email out to everybody asking for success stories. And I was like, well, I don't really know if she's looking for me, but I'm going to put myself out there. And so I put out my success story. They contacted me and said, hey, are you coming to our conference? I happened to be coming to the conference. So they took me backstage, videoed me for like testimonials and stuff. But then they ended up showcasing my picture on stage for like 10 minutes. And so I'm an opportunist and exhibitionist. And so I was like, I'm in the room, all these people in the room. How can I get attention, right? And so they was like, anybody got a question? I got a question. And they gave us homework. I was like, I'm not just going to do the homework. I'm going to like do this thing in a way where everybody's like, ooh, it's that. And so I got attention again and I had the mic and I was just talking about my homework and like the room just went nuts. After that, she started following me on social media and they watch you. So they don't like just go, hey, we're going to be friends. They watch you for years. And they just kept watching, then engaging. Then we became friends. Next thing you know, we're like dancing and twerking at her son and daughter's wedding last year. That was hilarious.
Okay, so while you were talking to Nicole Walters, she just said, well, what should I learn from Shalene? We know these names and, it's so nice to have you in these circles in which you can bring us into these circles. I'm a strong proponent that if you're not in the room, somebody else in that room can bring you the information so that you can go up and you can get in that room. So I really see that about you. Tell us a little bit about the transition. You talk a lot about your personal life and what, the fire that gave you for you to take on your own responsibility for yourself. As we talk about this thing that we're talking a lot about, relationships and real relationships. Talk a little bit about the transition, because you've been very public on your social media about it and have helped a lot of people become transparent. And also want you to talk about the power of transparency, because you also talk about how to tell stories.
Yeah. So I think ever since network marketing teaches you that facts tell and stories sell. So it's like I've been telling stories since 2002. And so before I even met my ex-husband, I was on social media and I was always just sharing my life. I didn't tell everybody everything, but I was just like, and I'm also a minister. And so I know that I always say I sell Jesus to people. And so you can't just say you're going to hell. That's not going to sell Jesus to people. People don't want to hear that, And so I've learned how to articulate my relationship with God through stories and stuff. And so when I ended up getting married and getting divorced, within 8 months of getting married, that was insane. God told me he was cheating and I was like, what's going on? And then boom, here it all was. I honestly didn't tell many people that he cheated for many years, only my close friends. Wow. Because what I felt like that God was telling me was that I don't need you to tell everybody that you didn't do anything wrong. You're trying to vindicate yourself, and I'm going to vindicate you, which was terrible because people were like all the chatter and all the things. Right. But he was like, he's going to show himself and everybody's going to know who you are and who he is and all that. And so for me, it wasn't until the end of 2020, and I've been divorced since 2016, 17, one of them. And I saw a video of somebody talking about divorce, and what y'all laughing at?
When you said something like that,
it's like whatever.
Bye, boy.
It's been so long, I don't even remember when I left the dude. But it is what it is, I'm just saying. But anyway, so he had those stories and I just keep going. But at the end of 2020, I just did a video and I talked about how I found out my ex-husband was cheating, and instead of me being bitter, being angry, I wrote a book, and then I made $400,000. And the video went super viral, and I was like, whoa, what happened? And I was like, oh, it was a short piece of petty content, which is my real story. But I didn't want to be known as the petty divorce lady. So I said, how can I also tell this story of healing and excelling and all that? So I never show his face. I never say his name because it's just not necessary. And I just do my thing. And I found all these women and people that are so inspired by, how in the world did you go and do this? And I'm like, well, first of all, I've been doing personal development since 2002. So it's always been in me to do this, And so even for me, when I was going through the divorce, I remember laying on my bed and I was crying my eyes out, but I could hear Dr. Tracy Lynn and John Maxwell screaming, telling me, if you can look up, you can get up. And I could hear them telling me all this stuff because of all the stuff that was already on the inside of me. So when catastrophe struck, what was in me came out, and I left him in 30 days, filed within 90 days, and it was over in 6 months. Because it was in me. Now, the whole process of healing, that's an ongoing thing. I'm still traumatized. But, therapy and all that has got me to this place today.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That's a whole nother talk. We can talk a whole nother talk about us needing therapy and more women going to do that. Yeah. And so we can talk about that in a minute. But I want to tell you, I want to go over some stats because I want you to come back about TikTok. And I want to tell you guys about TikTok, just some information, because this platform is very, 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 very powerful. And the reason that so many people are leaning in, and the reason that you've been so incredibly successful, is because people need to know. They need to know and get out of denial, get their head out of the sand. TikTok generated an estimate $4.6 billion in revenue in 2021, a 142% increase over the previous year. You guys, nobody does 100%, let alone 142. TikTok had 1.2 billion monthly active users in the fourth quarter of 2021, and is expected to reach 1.8 billion by the end of 2022. I don't have the 22 numbers, but I bet they exceeded that. In China, TikTok has accessed over 600 million users daily. TikTok has been downloaded over 3 billion times. It is the #1 downloaded app in the App store. I got more information about that, but it's just huge. TikTok downloads worldwide 2021 656 million. Global user spending, the spending 600 for just the quarter. The spending for just the quarter was 824 million for the quarter. Listen to this number. This one really blew me away. United States TikTok reach in 2021 is 50.3%. Over 50% of the United States, over 50% of the United States is over here on TikTok. Okay. So this is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. Caterina, did you want to say something real quick about that?
I was just saying I'm part of the 50%. You know, I mean, that's where I go to for my news. That's where I went to this morning to see what was going on with DeMar Hamlin. I'm super excited to learn, but that's some big numbers.
I can't wait for you to come back on. Let me just give this last statistic. How many people have TikTok globally? There are more than 1 billion people on TikTok. By comparison, there are 2.9 billion Facebook accounts, 2.2 billion on YouTube, and 1.4 billion on Instagram. And we all know how long Facebook has been out there, Instagram has been out there, YouTube has been out there, and now TikTok has caught up to just about where they are, but far beyond in the growth. So I know we're going to go to a break, but when we come back, Keenya, you're going to give us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 tips on exactly how we're going to be a part of this wave that we, not going to say we miss, but we want to jump on with you. We'll be right back. We are back. We are back. We're talking about from personal development, from MLM to $1 million in less than 2 years, from TikTok. Okay, it's on you, girl. Talk to us. Talk to us like as if we don't know nothing. Which when it comes
TikTok
to
101.
exactly who we are.
TikTok 101. A TikTok 101. How about that?
Like, we don't have enough time. What's up with y'all?
Okay, so here's the deal. So it's really important to understand that while a lot of people still think that TikTok is just a dancing app, it's not that anymore. Okay, they launched it, and it used to be called Musical.ly. Right. And it was very music heavy. And then ByteDance called it, and it's called TikTok now. And so, of course, it started in that arena. You will still see people on there dancing and music and all that type of stuff. But now it has really become like one of the most powerful social media platforms on the planet right now. Like, she gave the stats about 2021. Well, it is now the #1 search engine over Google. TikTok is the #1 search engine. And so people spend more time on TikTok than on Google, than on YouTube, than on Netflix, than on anywhere. Okay. So when you look at this as a business, right, it's not about, oh, this is a goofy place. People are doing goofy things. No. This is about 50% of people in the United States have downloaded this thing and are using this for entertainment. 50%. And so when we think about marketing, our goal is how do we get in front of our people? And you're not talking about 50% of young people. You're talking about 50% of people in the entire world, right? Or the US, right? So you're trying to reach your people. And if they're there scrolling, consuming content, then that is where you need to be. Now, a lot of people don't quite understand that in order for you to be successful on TikTok, you have to come and learn the culture of the platform, right? That doesn't mean you have to dance or you have to be goofy. It just means that you can't do the same. You can't take like a Facebook Live and turn it into a TikTok video. You've got to give the platform what it wants, right? And so what it really wants is for you to have is to be, I always call it your 501 personality, meaning when we all had a job and we operate on our jobs or businesses from 9 to 5, there's a certain way that we behave, right? From 9 to 5. At 501, we're a lot different with our friends and family, right? We're just very different. And so TikTok is like, that's who we want to see. We want you to show up like her, like them. Okay. So, and that means that it gives you more opportunity for creativity in your content. Now, you can shoot a TikTok video at this point up to 3 minutes, but you can upload a video on TikTok up to 10 minutes. So now it's literally becoming YouTube. Okay. But if you're like brand new to the TikTok platform, the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and set up an account, and you want to have what we call a personal account on TikTok. You don't have to have a business account to market your business on TikTok. Okay. You can have a personal account. The personal account has access to all the music library, all the copyrighted music, and you can create these fun videos. Okay. But the downside with the personal account is that you have to have 1,000 followers in order to go live and to have a clickable link in your bio. If you have a business account, you immediately get a clickable link in your bio, but you don't get access to all the fun copyrighted music. So most people just focus on a personal account and focus on getting to 1,000 followers. Okay. Then I always tell people that to have success on a platform, you also want to create your profile of who you are and what you do. So TikTok, like you get like 80 characters. And so you don't want to say husband, wife, I love cats. Nobody cares. Because you're there to make money. You want to say, I help men, women, whomever with A, B, and C in your bio. Okay. And I'll pause. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to spend some time watching content. Okay. You want to go and do a search, and you want to see the people that are doing something similar to what you're doing and are successful on TikTok. That's going to give you a framework of, oh, this is what they're doing and it's working. Here's a perfect framework of ideas to start for your account.
Girl, I can't even talk. I'm writing so much.
Taking notes.
For real. Like from the 501 to get the culture.
I'm like, are we hosted or in a class?
Oh, I'm glad you said that, Caterina. Okay, I want to stop right here for a second, and I'm going to open it up for the girlfriends. But first, I want you to take a minute, Keenya, and tell them about your training that you offer to people, because people are going to want to know what you do in terms of the way in which to get deeper.
Yeah. So I have a course, and it's called Monetize the Talk, where I teach you, first of all, making sure that your brand is in place, that you have it all set up and clear and all that, making sure your systems and your funnels and all that is in place, because it's not if you're going to go viral on TikTok, it's when you're going to go viral on TikTok. And so we teach people to get your stuff set up, your product to buy, as well as your opt-in to buy. Because there's a lady on TikTok, I think it was back in 2020, she was doing a demonstration of one of those products where like the bags in your eyes would like, you know, within 2 minutes, you don't see bags anymore. She was just randomly posting a video. The video goes insane. And the company, the network marketing company, I won't mention the name, they sold out globally because people were searching to find this product. The company was like, what happened? Who did it? And they found the lady on TikTok. And then now they took her out of her job, and now they pay her a salary because she made the company millions of dollars from one video. Okay. And so, yes, but she would have made millions if she had a link in her bio, right. But she made the company millions and not her. But you know, that's here nor there. You know, so we teach all those things, and then how to create content, how to use TikTok to generate leads and make money. And so we have a course. It's called Monetize the Talk. I saw the link on the screen. You can go to monetizethetalkcourse.com. But because I'm here on the show, if you're interested in that course, I'll give you $300 off. And all you have to do is use the coupon code MTTC. So M like Mary, T like Tom, C like horse, MTTC, and we'll give you $300 off.
Perfect. Oh, we got issues, y'all. I know y'all are excited that you came today to listen to We Got Issues. We're here every single day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. And we got Keenya Kelly on talking about TikTok. That is excellent. Let me open up to the girlfriends. Who's got a question? Because, you know, and you guys, seriously, if you're listening in and you want to call into the station, call us at 313-778-7600, because you will get right into Keenya and ask her a question. Girlfriends, you have something?
So many questions. Where to start? One of the things I would like to know is, first of all, I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a minute. Okay. So been a fan for a minute and really a fan now. And, but I want to get on a first name basis with you, like Nicole and Jaylene and all that stuff. Of the 50%, how many people, because most people, I would guess probably 47%, 49% are probably just watching TikTok versus actually have an account that they're producing. I would love to know that. And the elephant in the room question is it too late? Just talk to us about, is it too late? Everybody feels like I didn't get in while everyone was at home and locked in place, and now I've missed the window. Can you please talk to us about both of those, Keenya?
So I did a conference recently, and I had the entire room stand up. I said, if you're over 30, stand up. And it was about 99% of the room that stood up. And I said, how many of you guys actively watch content on TikTok? It was about 85% stayed standing. And I said, how many of you all are actually posting on TikTok? 3%. Because people are consuming, not posting. Mm-hmm. So it's like a gold mine for those that are actually creating content, because people are still consuming. They haven't quite caught on of like, this is Super Bowl Sunday every day on TikTok. So you're definitely not, you're not missing the boat, right? And I saw in the comments earlier, somebody was talking about the ban with TikTok, because right now Congress is like, hey, we're about to ban TikTok, My personal opinion, I do not think that they're going to ban TikTok. I think that TikTok is going to have a lot more restrictions, very similar to how Facebook had restrictions and Instagram. All of them had their day in court where they all had to tighten up. And with China not being our friend, they're going to have a lot more like tightening up of TikTok, but I highly doubt that it will get banned. You asked another question. I can't remember what it was.
And is it too late? Is it too late based on not getting in when it felt like everyone was, you've been on for a while. So is it too late to create what you've created on TikTok?
No, I mean, the growth may be a little bit slower because, like, I mean, in 2020, everybody was at home and everybody was following, but it's nowhere near too late because still only 3% of people that download TikTok are actually posting. So it's like, it really is a gold mine right now.
Wow, that's so insane. We have a caller. Let's go to the caller real quickly. We have a caller. PG, are you there? Hello?
Hello? Hi, ladies. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now. Tell us about it. How you doing, Beth? Straight to calling. Do we got issues? First of all, I want to wish all of you a happy Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year. I think I've covered all the bases. Yes. So we have a TikTok guru on there. Let me just tell you, I'm kind of getting acquainted with TikTok. I like the recipes. I like the coins. I like the visions and images that they show of Black women, Black people, the struggle, the messages. But I'm trying to figure out, how do I introduce myself a little further to TikTok? I think I could be a TikTok sensation, me and my silver fox. So can you show me how to do it? Is there a class? Sure. Oh, yeah. Can you hold that? Can you hold down here the music?
And then we're going to come back and tell PG exactly how she could start with her silver fox. We'll be right back. Oh, we're back. We're back. We are so back. We got issues. We got issues at 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We're so excited. You guys, listen carefully. Listen carefully. The key word in that sentence is listen, because next week, this time, we're going to be just on the radio, voices only, just like a radio station. So stay tuned with us, because we're coming to you live and in charge through our voices on the radio only. So just stay with us and make sure your friends know about theforceoffriendship.com. We got a question right before we went to break about what PG could do with her silver fox. What advice would you give her, Keenya?
For sure. So the first thing I would say is I would determine what is it that you actually want to do on TikTok. Like, are you just wanting to just put yourself out there and have a lot of fun? Or are you wanting to make money? Are you selling a product? You got to identify what is it you're trying to do on the platform. And then once you know what that is, then you have to start creating content around you and that side of you, right? So I have like my main TikTok account, and my whole goal is selling my products and services as a coach and consultant. And so I'm always creating content that brings attention to me and what it is that I offer in a fun way, but more like intentionally. You can literally go into the search on TikTok. You can type in the word silver fox and see how some other people are creating content with the keywords silver fox. But if I were you, I would start by just talking and being your fun, quirky self.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about live on TikTok? Because you said to understand the culture. It's not the Facebook culture. It's not the Instagram culture. So when you're going live, what is the culture?
Yeah. So the culture on TikTok is, you still can do regular teachings and talking. It's very similar to what you're doing here on TikTok. It's just that, as it pertains to like going live, everybody that's going live with you has to have 1,000 followers, and you just want to start in immediately. And one of the beautiful things about TikTok that's different than all other platforms is that when you go live, it not only tells the people that follow you that you're live, but your live video shows up on the For You page. So hundreds and thousands of people can come in and join your live stream that don't even know you, and then they can share your videos out. But also it goes into what's called the TikTok Live Center, where somebody clicks on the Live Center and they start scrolling for live videos. Now here you are and you've shown up. And so you're able to go live with at least 5 people. And TikTok is really pushing live right now, because obviously it makes more people stay on the platform. But you can do exactly what you guys are doing here, except it's more so vertical and not horizontal.
Wow. Excellent.
Keenya, I noticed that you are live now. I've been watching you on TikTok. So I noticed you're live now on TikTok. So do you multi-purpose a lot, where you are TikTok and doing something else when you're live? Or is that not what you normally do?
So, because one of the strategies for TikTok growth and getting attention to you and to your account is TikTok Live. So sometimes, I remember one time I was on a podcast interview, and I was on there for like 2 hours with them, and I live streamed it at the same time. And so a lot of times the live video and your videos on the For You page start to collide. And so one of my videos ended up exploding because I was live and I had that video, and I gained 47,000 followers in 7 days. But also it gives your audience, because sometimes we don't have the time to actually go live on TikTok or anywhere on a regular basis. But if you're going to be somewhere and you're going to be teaching something like we are at the screen right now, you can stream yourself on your phone, or people can just watch you while you're live. And then once this ends, then I can go to them and I can talk to them. So a lot of times I do multi-purpose. When I am doing like a podcast interview, my own podcast, I will stream it as well. And some people will come in, some people won't, but most people enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Let me tell you something. Texie Caterina would figure out how you're doing live and StreamYard and radio all at the same time, for sure. We've got 2 callers. First, we have Adrian. Adrian, are you there? We got issues. We're glad you called in.
Hi, yes. This is Adrian from Dumfries, Virginia. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hey. Hi, yes. So I was calling because I went to undergrad and graduate school for communications, and I the field as well, but sometimes when you work in the field and consume it so much, you can get lost in it and then forget how to come up with good content for it. So my question really was, how do you think of your content to stay consistent? And what methods do you use to stay consistent? Excellent. Yeah, so one of the first things that I do is I make a list
focused on in my business. Like what is like, forget the TikTok platform in general, but it's like this month we're focused on selling this, or next February we're focused on selling this. So then I come up with some ideas for if I'm trying to sell this piece of program or whatever, what type of content do I need to put out there? What subjects? And so then I write down some different subjects. But also what I do is I will go into my videos that I've done on TikTok and I'll look at the comment section. And if people are asking certain questions in the comments, that's telling me those are content ideas because people are asking those particular questions on TikTok. So now I have those questions. But also I will go to people on TikTok that do very similar to what I do. And I'll look at their videos and I'll get ideas from their actual videos. I'll also go into their comment section and look and see what are some of the things people are saying and what questions are they asking in their comments. And that gives me all the content ideas I can have for years without stealing somebody's actual video.
Wow. That's so major. We got one more caller. I'm trying to get to everybody real quick. We got another caller. Thank you, Adrian. We're so glad that you called in. We got issues. Nikki, are you there?
Yes, I am. I am. Hello, how are you? Super excited to be on. So I just got your course, by the way, so we will be doing with me. Let's be clear. But I've got a quick question for you. So if you have got multiple things that you're good at, like how do you suggest having two different TikToks, or can you do multiple things from one place? Because I know like that focus piece is a big thing when it comes to the algorithm. So would you help me out a little bit with that? Excellent. For sure. So the
Confused mind does nothing. And so if you have, like, let's just say you sell lipstick and you sell cell phones. Those are two totally different audiences. And so if your businesses are very different from one another, then you need different accounts. So I recently just launched a second TikTok account, which is called the Keenya Kelly brand. And the whole goal of launching that account is I want to be goofy. I want to have fun. I want to talk about religion and relationships. I want to talk about a bad date. I want to do all these fun, goofy things that I shouldn't actually be doing on my main business account. So, but I encourage a person, start with the first one and get good with the first one and consistent before you start the second, because otherwise you'll be so overwhelmed with doing multiple things.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, for real. Don't tell me. I hear the music. Nikki, thank you so much for calling in. That sounds like a very familiar voice that I heard when I said Nikki. Very familiar voice. Keenya, we thank you so much for this class that you gave all of us. We so thank you for coming into our tribe and name dropping all them fabulous names. And you are the real superstar of all those names. You just with 490,000 before she got on We Got Issues, and I'm sure it's grown since she got on Issues. You guys, she's a phenomenal teacher of a topic that we all really need to know more of. Plus, she gave you a $300 discount just because you came on The Force of Friendship. We Got Issues at 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We're going to be here all this week, 6 to 7 p.m. And we are so excited that you're going to be here with us. We are so excited that we are able to be here with you and to deliver to you powerful, positive, but not Pollyanna topics. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.